This is the French at the beginning of World War I. Look at those hats. Look at those pants. It took them a few years, but eventually they settled on this, where they had some helmets. Similarly, the British start off with just normal hats. Then they switch over to the Brodie. The Germans, obviously, the Pickelhelm, and then switch over to the Stahlhelm. But I think overall, helmets during World War I were super interesting. The Americans got in late, obviously, but they went with a variant of the Brodie helmet. But as you can see from this terrain, everything gets destroyed, and it's almost entirely from artillery strikes. And so a helmet is very important. First one, I believe, was the French skull cap that they just put underneath their little kepis. And the Germans were able to just add the front piece on, try and stop bullets. But it turned out that most of the damage was coming from artillery, so then they started having these other ones to try and protect the head and neck. That's why the Brodie helmet was very effective, because it gave a little bit more side protection. Same with the Stahlhelm. Whereas the Adrian helmet's a little bit weird, because it was too thin of metal, and so they added this little rivet thing down the middle, which is like a mohawk, to give it a little bit more support, but I'm not sure how effective that really is. Because one of the big problems is that the artillery strikes, if it hit straight on, it would just go through. However, if it was coming in at an angle, then it would skip off. But if it came right down, that's where a lot of punctures were happening, and they didn't want to create new helmets because it was too thin, so they just added that extra piece on.
Consider liking and subscribing. You made it all the way to the end of the video, so I would really appreciate it.